But he decides to go big, and he decides to save 1,000. And he bribes, he does everything, and he does something absolutely crazy when you think about it, after what you saw yesterday. Absolutely crazy. He convinced the Nazis to create his own personal concentration camp. Where? Next to his hometown, in the Sudetenland. Crazy. But he does it. He does it. He creates Brunlitz. He calls it an ammunition concentration camp. He's going to create bullets and ammunition for the German army, for the Wehrmacht. And he does it. He makes a list of 1,000 men, women, and children. Why children? Because he needs children. He's doing ammunition. He needs small hands, you know, to do bullets and other things. The list looks like that. You can see it if you want later. This is page 10 on the list. And on page 10, Turner Moses and Turner Heinrich are here. They are described as with a prisoner number, and they are described with a profession, a block builder and an assistant block builder, and they are put on the 600 other Jews. Why were they there? They didn't know anyone, but he needed block builders because he's creating a new camp. So it was a good way to get on the list. They were fortunate. Many survivors will tell you it was luck. We had the right profession in the right time, and we just didn't know that we were so lucky, but we were on the list. So suddenly one day that declared, the names are declared, and a group of about 600 prisoners, men prisoners, are taken from here without an explanation. He wasn't sure that he's going with Schindler because they just didn't tell them. And they're taken to Gross-Rosen. Gross-Rosen is another concentration camp. And they're in Gross-Rosen for a few days, and then from Gross-Rosen they're taken to Brunlitz, and they were with Schindler for 10 months. Emily Schindler was also with them. It was the worst winter of the war, the winter of 1944. There was no food, and it was very, very, very cold winter. But he gave away all the money that he made by being a perpetrator. He gave away to buy food, bring food, save other Jews. He saved another 100 to 200 Jews that he found in another train, got them into Brunlitz, didn't allow the SS to come into the camp. Right? The courage of this man to say to the SS, no, you cannot come. And one more thing that he did. He said, from this factory, not one bullet will come to the German army, not one. So what is he going to do? He is going to tell them, well, work, you don't really know what to do, so everything is faulty, they're sort of working. And then he buys on the black market bullets and things and gives that to the German army. So he says, these Jews will not create weapons, to prolong the war. That is absolutely crazy, but that is the men. So that's what they do for 10 months. So they are with Schindler and with Emily. Both of them loved him and loved her. They always spoke about them very, very highly. And the war ended, of course, for them in 1945. You know the story that the survivors decided to save Schindler. They took him to the American side because the Russians that liberated them would not have asked questions first. They would have killed first and then asked questions. So they decided to take him and her to the American side. And they were liberated by the Russians. The first person to enter the camp was a woman on a horseback, and she said to them in Russian, "You are free." So that was the picture that they remembered. And then what do? The two boys, okay, now